right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Wednesday evening. Another edition of KFTV Post Game Live. CP the Franchise, Alex Rotaros in the building. We would have a 12-round fight tonight between one of the best in the East in the New York Knicks and one of the best in the West with the Denver Nuggets. The three-time MVP coming into town against Captain Clutch and the boys. Two teams on the second night of a back-to-back. And this game would take all sorts of twists and turns, with Jamal Murray setting the tone for the Nuggets with 21st quarter points. Captain Clutch Jalen Brunson cooking in the third quarter with 15 points of his own. But hey, mental mistakes, untimely defense, and turnovers would have this game in a tailspin for the Knicks, and we would have not one but two overtimes to get it done. But in the end, Captain Clutch had to bail his boys out. Mitchy ain't no snitchy, and Landry Shamet in particular delivered for the Orange and Blue boys, who take it to number 8 in a row. And as the gauntlet continues, all roads lead to Detroit in a battle of Eastern Conference supremacy. But we're going to keep it here tonight. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. If your heart is still working and your pacemaker is still working, man, we salute you, because it was a cardiac Nick affair. But let's talk about it, man. Whoa. Cardiac Nick affair on a Wednesday night, Al. I think I got more gray hairs in my chin, man. I don't think I sat down from, say, middle for the fourth quarter through the second overtime. Couldn't sit down, bro. I
don't blame you.
Yeah, wild game, entertaining, but wild. And as I said, man, this one really took a lot of twists and turns. Murray really coming out the gates red hot for the Nuggets. The Jokic storyline coming in. Minutes restriction. He had played a lot last night in Detroit. Comes back here tonight. How many minutes did the Joker log tonight? He ends up logging 44 minutes. You had OG 47 minutes. Mikal Bridges 48 minutes. Jalen Brunson 47 minutes. But Brunson is our player of the game, man. 42 points for Captain Clutch tonight. 14 of 27. 5 of 12. 9 assists, 8 rebounds, 5 turnovers, but 2 steals for Cap. And look, man, it just seemed like whether it was the third quarter, late in the third quarter, late in the fourth quarter, the overtime, the double overtime, every time the Knicks needed a big bucket from Jalen Brunson, they got it. And especially when the Nuggets' 2 all-stars kept threatening and kept putting pressure on the Knicks, Jalen Brunson had to answer because a couple guys were ineffective. Wingstop in particular, both Mikal Bridges had a nightmare game. OG Anunoby wasn't firing. You had no Josh Hart. Karl-Anthony Towns in this one missed a good chunk of the first half with a busted eye. He would get 6 stitches and then ultimately foul out of this game. So Jalen Brunson really had to put the team on his back tonight, but he delivered. Great job by Cap tonight, man.
Jalen Brunson delivered in one of the biggest performances of the season, CP. I mean, we're talking about, as you mentioned, this is the number 3 best team in the Western Conference. This is a team that some believe can go to the NBA Finals and go win a championship this year. And when you're going against them, and you could just see that this kind of plays to how the Knicks like to play, especially under Tibbs last season, that slow, methodical game, really working the half court. You just had a feeling this was going to be a slugfest, man. I just had a feeling that this game was actually going to go into overtime. I wasn't thinking double overtime, but I was thinking overtime just because, look, you're talking about a great 2-man game between Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, and then you're going to have Brunson and the cast out here who, it could be anybody on a given night that could be just putting up points. And in this case, it just had to be all Jalen Brunson, man. And this is why he's the captain. This is why he's Captain Clutch. This is why he earns all the monikers. This is why he, this guy is just, he gets a lot of leeway, man. Like, even with some, porous defense throughout the beginning of the season, this is why he gets all this leeway, because when the lights are the brightest, he delivers, and it was CP. I mean, he had what, like 11 points in the first quarter. Third quarter, he really kicked it into gear.
Elite.
You thought the Nuggets were about to like flip the switch, even though you thought they were about to flip the switch. And then next thing you know, Jalen Brunson's like, hold on one second. I'm going to show up right now. I'm going to play. And you didn't get any real contribution from anybody in the fourth. I mean, outside of Landry Shamet, who was knocking down
Yeah.
open threes, and getting to the lane, you were really looking for some answers. And Jalen Brunson was giving you everything, man. Even to double overtime, the way that he was just executing, you're like, is this man even tired? Does he still have more left to take? It felt like he was unloading the entire clip tonight. But it seemed like he still had more to go, man, for 47 minutes. Damn.
Yeah.
42 points for Jalen Brunson, man, with 8 boards and 9 assists. Hell of a performance for him tonight, man.
This is a tweet from Ian Begley. Says Jalen Brunson has scored or assisted on 14 of the Knicks' 24 points in these 2 overtimes.
Wow.
So this is what all-stars do. This is what MVP caliber type players do. And like I said, with Jamal Murray cooking, and it was so interesting because, all the talk about Jokic and his knee and all of that, Jokic was the one that brought the Nuggets back in the fourth quarter. Knicks came into the fourth with, I think, about a 7-point lead, and it was Jokic that started to bring those guys back into this thing and really make things interesting. So it was really Cap versus the Nuggets big two because of Karl-Anthony Towns. And I thought when Karl came in, especially in that say second quarter after he got busted open, because he was gone for a minute. He had a gash on his eye. But when he came in, he really started to catch back up, and he accounted for the next 9 Nick points, especially in that second period. And then in the fourth, I thought he battled as well, but he just caught too many fouls and ultimately fouled out. However, Alex, you know who would come in and save the day. We talk about Jalen Brunson for his offensive heroics. Can we talk about Mitchie?
Mitchie ain't no snitchy, man.
In the words of the Glockster, let's talk about Mitchie, because you see Mitchie, my man Mitchie was moving like it was 2019 out there. All right? Forget about the boards. It wasn't even about the offensive boards. It was the block nest monster tonight was out there patrolling the paint. Give credit to Mike Brown for managing the clock, managing the timeouts well. He had an excellent sequence where he goes offense to defense, subs out Karl-Anthony Towns, brings in Mitchie. The Nuggets dump it down low to the Joker. And Mitchie's just chilling in cruise control. He's got the hand on the back. He's not going for any of the pump fakes, none of the pivots, staying down on the Joker's maneuvers, and gets the stop. That was a critical play. I believe that was either in the fourth quarter or I think it was in that fourth quarter. Then they're trying to get Mitchie in the 2-man game with Brunson and Joker. I mean, with Murray and Joker. So we'll live with the Joker threes. You can take those all day. And he did get caught on the one where he fouled Joker on that 3. He was a little overzealous. He was feeling himself a little too much, had to rein him in. But even on the Murray switches, held it down. Mitchell Robinson tonight once again shows you why he is so valuable for this team. And fresh off a night off, he looked like it was like year 2 or 3, Mitch. He was brilliant tonight on the defensive end, man.
See, he looked like that guy that we saw against Boston just circling around. And how about Christian Braun thinking that he could take Mitchie off the dribble in overtime? Mitchie's like
smothering him.
Where? Do you know who I am?
Smothering
Do you
him.
know who I am? Like, come on, man. And, we got to give props to Mitch on that drive that he had on Jokic. He put the and then got the dunk.
Bro, I completely forgot about that. He had to introduce Jokic to big country. See, they sleep on Mitchie in that way, man. See, they disrespect our guy Mitchie. They think, he's just this rim-running guy. He's going to go get the offensive rebound. No. If you give him space, he's going to make you pay. He's been waiting for that opportunity, and Mitchell Robinson was absolutely fantastic. I love the fact that he got the post-game interview. We'll play it in just a short, but I love the fact that they showed him some love on MSG, and you could see it, man. And Karl-Anthony Towns embraced him after the game. those two had a moment there, but just a well-deserved moment for Mitchell Robinson. He saved them. He saved them when, Mikal had a brutal night. Mitchell Robinson had to counter that with a great night on the defensive end. Absolutely smothered the Nuggets tonight. And you already know who's getting the Timbs and the hard hat tonight. Mitchie's reigning supreme tonight, man.
CP, I mean, OG didn't have a great defensive night either. Let's keep it real. And so Mitch was covering up for a lot of ground. A lot of ground. And so in his 23 minutes, this is where you can't really go by plus or minus. He's a +3. I feel like he's higher than that, man. If you just watch what he did defensively tonight, and look, I know that Jokic is on a minutes restriction and all that, but even the way that he had to switch from Jokic to Jamal Murray to just covering anybody that was challenging him tonight when you weren't getting really any defense, man. You didn't have Josh Hart out there. You don't have your best perimeter defender in Deuce McBride. So who has to step up and carry the defensive load, especially with us, one of the lackluster defensive games from OG? It is Mitchell Robinson. Put respect on this man's name. Stop putting him in trade stuff, man. This is why he is who he is, okay? You got to respect him. You just got to respect them. And look, 5 of 5 from the field tonight, man. Perfect. Man was perfect. Got 10 points.
Perfect.
8 boards. And if you look at this, you're probably like, why are they hyping him up, man? Why are they hyping this guy up? It's 10 points, 8 boards. Bro, the way that he was guarding an MVP caliber center. Okay, we're talking about like potentially one of the best players in the world. It oscillates between a couple different players. But, like, to guard Jokic like that, and once again, I forget the knee thing. Jokic is not like this hyper-athletic guy. He just gets to his spots, and he was still impactful tonight. But still, you had Mitch contain him, man. Contain him. And I know it's like he still had 30. He went 10 of 27.
Yeah, he had to work. They made him earn it. I thought Cat did a good job on him early. And again, give credit to Joker. He's savvy. He's smart. He is the MVP. And so he made him sweat also, but then Mitchie came back and shut the door on him. And I felt like Mitch is kind of coming off of that matchup, that second half matchup against Joel Embiid. So he had that momentum, man. And I think Mitch typically had played the Nuggets fairly well. Nuggets haven't beaten the Knicks at the Garden since 2021.
Ooh,
so this is a good matchup for the Knicks, man. It's a very good matchup for the Knicks. Okay, granted, they didn't have Cam Johnson. They didn't have Aaron Gordon. Even still,
we were down guys too, CP. Stop.
Yeah, we were down soldiers too. We were down Josh Hart and, second night of a back-to-back. So you could see it's some spurts of this game where both teams look like teams who just didn't have the legs to push through. And then they would kind of get that with their defense. Nuggets defense tightened up at spurts of this game. That allowed them to come back in the fourth. And the Knicks defense was tight in certain respects of the game. So overall, just a good matchup by both teams. And, hey, took double overtime, but the Knicks got the job done. As I said, a big story of this game. Look, brutal night for Mikal Bridges. He got caught twice on a loose ball foul against Christian Brown. What did you think about the second one that happened that caused the Knicks to go into the double overtime? Because a lot of people disagreed with it. I thought it was a good call, and I thought it was a bad decision by Mikal Bridges. What did you think about the call?
I get the whole aspect of saying, hey, look, it's the end of the whistle. Why are you making that call? Why is Mikal Bridges tackling somebody who is like not even in range to grab a board with 0.3 seconds left? Like what? You know what I mean? Like, this is like game time awareness situation. And if the shoe was on the other foot, we'd be asking for the same call.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
Like, so we can't have we can't have it both ways where it's like, oh, don't call it against us, but call it for us against another team. We've had this situation with, let's remember, Houston not too long ago, right?
Yes.
Where it was like
Brunson and Holiday.
Right, exactly. So it's like, I get it. It is what it is at this point to me, man. It is what it is. I feel like it depends on the flow of the game. They were calling stuff in this game, man. They were calling it. They were calling it pretty tight on fouls. So, look, it was a call. Bad move by Mikal Bridges. Just adds to his poorest night. Thankfully, he hit like a big 3 in the second overtime, man.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he gave us that.
Big 3, thankfully, because I was praying that he wasn't going to shoot anymore. I literally said, I said, only person I want shooting, if your name isn't Jalen Brunson or Landry Shamet, do not shoot the ball. Pass it to one of those two guys.
I was like, what was it? He got bullied by Bruce Brown in that second OT, and I was like, oof, You just see him on the ground, gets up slowly, checks the ball in, and then he knocks down a three. I was like, that's a good response. I was like, thank God for that because it was looking ugly at that
Yeah,
point
it
for
was
him.
brutal. It was brutal. You could tell he was in his head as well, and so it just overall, wasn't the best one for Mikal Bridges. Omar in the chat said he thought the foul came late. I was looking at it. I'm looking at playing it right now.
Now Murray 4-3 in the win.
He grabs him right there. That's 0.5. When I paused the video, he's got Christian Brown in the armbar.
And he didn't need to do that.
He didn't need to do that.
No good. And the Knicks.
And I saw this baseline referee. I said he's going to call that on Mikal Bridges.
I mean, you saw what they did with the push off for Cat on, what was it, Jokic? You knew that was coming,
Yes,
man.
you knew that. You saw that one. Yes.
I'm just saying, if you saw that's what happened to Cat, you knew if you do anything similar in that light, it's going to get called.
That's right. So, yeah, I didn't think it was a smart play by Mikal Bridges, but, hey, they ended up getting out of it, and that's the end of that. Okay, so salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. CP the Franchise, Alex Rotaros in the building. The Knicks have won 8 in a row. Everybody in the chat, we got over 2,000 people in the chat, Alex. Number one show for the fans by the fans is cooking right now.
2,600 to be exact.
Whoa, 2,600. Hey, it's one of those nights, man, where the Knicks and the Nuggets get together. It's always a big show here on Knicks Fan TV, home of 100,000 subscribers. If you guys are one of the 100,000 loyal Knicks Fan TV supporters, go ahead and throw a number 100 in the chat. Call us up on the KFTV Discord. Let us know your thoughts on this one. Get your 100 KFTV t-shirts, 20% off site-wide for our Valentine's Day sale coming up, man. So head over to KnicksFanTV.com, shop.KnicksFanTV.com, and get your merch. Now, we talked about Mitchie. We talked about Captain Clutch, Jalen Brunson. And amidst the sea of injuries, Alex, we got to talk about this guy because since he's come back from his injury, he's been red hot and in the nick of time, and that is Landry Shamet, man. 16 points for Landry, 3 assists, 2 boards, 6 of 15 from the field, 4 of 10 from downtown in 36 minutes. No Deuce McBride, no Josh Hart. And Landry Shamet just continues to pick up where he left off, man. Giving the Knicks excellent, efficient offense, putting the ball in the floor. You're seeing the shot making, the corner threes. How many corner threes did he hit that were huge in this game? And on top of that, seemed to have found a way to cool off Jamal Murray, who started this game off red hot. Landry Shamet was excellent on both ends of the floor for the Knicks tonight.
Absolutely. I thought, especially when Jamal Murray, I mean, it was just better offense against great defense, man. And when Jamal Murray was backing Shamet down, I was like, oh, look at Shamet get some resistance, man.
Yeah.
Like, Jamal was not getting to this spot easily. He had to work for that bucket. But Shamet, and I said this on X, man. I was like, it's been a minute since I could feel confident in a knockdown three-point shooter. The last guy had to be Steve Novak. Had to be. And when Shamet has been getting the ball in the corner or wherever, man, I'm just confident he's going to knock it down or just make a really good play. Outside of that, like, unlike Steve Novak, Shamet actually has legs underneath him where it can help him, attack the rim, be a good defender. Like, he's not just a one-dimensional player. He gives you a lot of good things, man. This is why Mike Brown continues to keep going back to him, especially returning from injury, because he just does a lot of good things off the basketball. And sometimes you don't need a guy who could just create for themselves. You need a guy who helps create space for others. And Shamet does that to the umph degree. I mean, CP, through the last 7 games, because we're still waiting for the numbers to come through for tonight. Through the last 7 games, this is what Shamet has been doing. Shamet has been averaging 55% from downtown on 6 attempts per game.
Wow.
He is hitting over half. If he puts up 6, he's hitting over half. He's probably going 4 for 6 on the most part. That's what it's trying to tell you right now. He is hitting over half of his three-point attempts. And the other 2, he's taking 8 shots from the field in general, but he's still hitting 50% from the field, even on those 8 attempts, 6 of them being threes, man. The dude is giving you a lot right now. Absolutely a lot. With the 2 boards, averaging 2 assists. He's just a really good player, man. He's a really good role player. And it's like, I don't think there's a true traditional 3-and-D guy anymore, just because you need a lot more from those players to be able to put the ball on the deck, attack the rim, and do all of that. But if you're looking for anything closest to what the 3-and-D prototype was, Shamet is giving you that, man. Knockdown when he's wide open and then playing some competent to good defense too.
Yeah, and on top of that, when we think about the sea of injuries that the Knicks have had to endure this year, now 50 games in, so many guys in and out, it's you could give credit to their depth that has been allowing them to maintain position here in the East. And, Landry Shamet missed the bulk of time, and other guys stepped up, right? When he missed, it was Clarkson, it was Kolek, it was Deuce. Now Deuce is out, Shamet is back in, and that three-point shooting, that was the three-point productivity that you're getting from Deuce and two-way play that you're getting from Deuce. So now you got Shamet in here. You knock on wood that Deuce is able to return at some point this season, but for right now, Shamet is kind of like assuming that six-man role right now for the team, and he closed the game for them tonight. Brilliant game by Shamet.
And rightfully so, man, that he should close the game. He's been earning his minutes. And look, we've had the conversation, and I thought this was a guy who's going to be on the outside looking in when he returned based on what Clarkson could give you. But now at this point, you cannot let Shamet out of the rotation, right? This is just kind of how the season unfolds. It's like, oh, Shamet is now that guy that is giving you everything that you need. Hopefully, now Clarkson did give some decent minutes tonight. But look, Shamet just on the whole, like, this is phenomenal, man. This is what you definitely need coming off the bench. Shamet has been, a diamond in the rough, man, because he's been a journeyman throughout the entire league, man. He has gone from team to team to team looking for a home, and who knows? Hopefully, the Knicks are capable of keeping him around for a long term, because what he is providing right now, this is just tough to find, especially on a team-friendly deal.
Yeah, Landry Shamet has been absolutely outstanding, and as you said, they have him on the minimum. This was a guy who it was considered was battling for one of the last roster spots with Malcolm Brogdon, with Gary Bird, Garrison Matthews. It was like, okay, which one of these guys is going to get this spot? Yeah, he was certainly in the leader on the leaderboard, but you just didn't know what Mike Brown was going to call. Then you had Brogdon retire, and then it was kind of an easy call between Shamet and Matthews. But right now, he's giving the Knicks everything they need, and has found a home here with the Knicks after he's been around in the league for quite some time. He's found a home here with the Knicks, and Landry Shamet is certainly paying dividends right now amidst a sea of injuries. We're up to 3,000 people on the check-in here, Alex.
Wow.
Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's get 5,000 people in here. Everybody, all 3,000 watching, hit the share button. Share this video on Twitter. Share it on Facebook. Share it on Reddit. Email your friend. Share it in the group chat. And let them know the number one show for the fans, by the fans, is on fire right now. Let's salute some super chats that have come in so far. Shout out, $10 super chat from Fox Venkman, 49, $10 super chat says, Knicks win. I get free lunch from this Denver chassis because our Bakers mine some gold nuggets. We win in Friday. Let's go. Salute to Alucard, says peace. KFTV forever, man. Salute. Shout out to Vint Soul, $10 super chat, number 2 in the chat leaderboard, says number 1, Mikal is the most versatile. Mitch is the most versatile defensive big in the NBA. Still dumb fouls more than you like, but I'll take it with what he brings. Number 2, Shamet, almost exact skill set and mindset as Dante. Oh, he's invoking the spirit of the big ragu. And great to have him. Okay, let's go. Shout out to BK Jeezy, franchise channel member, $10 super chat. Says, salute, great win. But going forward, Brunson and Cat have to get the two-man game pick and roll going in money time like Joker and Murray. Peace. Yeah, you know what? One thing that I thought was interesting in this game, just watching how the two teams would kind of initiate the chess match, was both teams were involving the opposing big in two-man actions. In the beginning of the game, it was the Knicks running a lot of offense through Karl-Anthony Towns, running Jalen Brunson off ball, and running them through those screens to get the Joker involved in those actions. You saw, like, that play when Mitch was taking it to the Joker, Towns taking it to the Joker. And then on the other side, it was Jokic and Murray trying to get Karl-Anthony Towns in those actions to kind of exploit those mismatches. So I thought it was interesting that both coaches deployed that early in the game, but of course late in the game that's the Jokic and Murray special, where for Jalen and Towns, number one, Towns has to be available to be out there. And then, you also kind of want to see that. It kind of was Jalen kind of having to will his team on his own, where on the other side it was Murray and Jokic kind of strategically picking their spots to have their advantages over the Knicks. So I thought that was interesting. What about you?
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I think in this game, Steve, you could see that Josh Hart was surely missed. You saw what Bruce Brown was offering them. Josh Hart would have given a little bit more of a punch than that. You can see that the playmaking, even the three-point shooting, Josh Hart's been better at that as of late. Just a guy who can grab boards, get out easy transition points. We were missing that, man. We were missing Josh Hart, and he's such a positive for this team. That's my biggest takeaway from, you talk about the game plan. I think that would have made life a little bit easier going against the Nuggets, who likes to, plot and pace themselves. They're not a team that's really going to race up the court and always beat you. They're a team that likes to get into half-court sets and utilize Murray and Jokic to the best of their ability. But, look, I think Josh Hart was the biggest factor for this Knicks team being in this position because, look, as we've been discussing, man, Jalen Brunson had to do it damn near all of it, man. And you needed somebody else that was going to give something like just impactful, and especially from a playmaking standpoint. Like, we didn't have Cole providing that in double overtime. It was a lot of Jalen Brunson, as you pointed out, to how many points he contributed on, man, whether he was scoring or facilitating. So we need Josh Hart in these moments because you need someone who can at least get into the teeth of the defense, make it collapse, spray it to guys on the perimeter, and just make it easier, man. I feel like when he's not out there, it makes life a little bit more difficult for Bridges and even OG, because then that onus goes on for them to create their own shots even more so. Yeah. So Josh Hart, to me, was like that biggest thing that we could have had out there tonight, man. Hopefully he gets healthy and comes back soon.
He was missed for sure. Now, the Nuggets did pick their spots when they wanted to put two on the ball on Brunson and try to take the ball out of his hands. I thought by and large the Knicks did a good job executing and finding the open man, starting with Jalen to get the ball out of his hands. And I thought the Knicks did a good job of finding their open shooters and finding the open man there to execute. But as you mentioned, without Josh Hart, that's where things got a little bit sticky, especially in the third quarter. Knicks kind of came out in the third quarter kind of slow with no legs and no ball movement, and that allowed the Nuggets to kind of open things up. But then in the second half of that third quarter, the second part of that third quarter, that's when Brunson started going. He had his 15, but the ball movement overall was a lot better for the Knicks, and so they would counter. I believe they went on a 14-4 run in that third quarter, so they would enter into the fourth. I believe they were up by 7. Let me just double-check that real quick. Just everybody in the chat. The Knicks came into the fourth. They were – the ESPN changed their whole joint up, man. Hang tight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, man. This is the wrong night. I'm looking on the play-by-play like, what happened here? So they
it was the wrong night for CP.
They were up by 4 going into the fourth. They were up by 4, but quickly, took a 6-point lead. But then, as I said, Jokic started to kind of clap back in the middle of the fourth, and that's when things got. That's when we had a game again. But overall, very entertaining game, and the Knicks coming out on top, 134 to 127. We're gonna get to some calls in a little bit. Let's get to some more Super Chats. $20 Super Chat from the art man known as Steve. Shout out to our guy, Steve, longtime supporter. Bang! And Steve Super Chat says, what's good, fellas? Jokic thought it was sweet. Mitch, please get that family show out of here. Bridges almost cooked with that foul, but I'll let him live because he wasn't scared to take and make a clutch shot. Detroit next. Yeah, you can kind of give Mikal that credit. I thought he would have kind of shied away from the ball after having an off night. He did finish with Mikal's numbers shooting wise. He went 2 of 8. Finished with 2 of 8. 5 points, 1 of 6 from downtown. So it was a brutal night for Mikal Bridges, but hey, he stuck with it, and the 1 3-pointer he took was one that the Knicks needed in that double overtime. So hey, maybe Friday will be his night, but it certainly wasn't tonight. Here, speaking of Mitchie, Al, here he was with our guy Han Solo, Alan Hahn, after the game. I was happy that they gave him his moment. Here's Mitchell Robinson with Alan Hahn. Here we go. Oh, let me get this off mute. All right, here we go.
Long time to interview you after a game, Mitch. This game felt like a heavyweight fight. Two title contenders going at it here on the Garden floor. What was it like on the court in this double overtime win?
Yeah, it felt like a playoff game. We came out here with the right energy and mindset, and, we had to get it done.
You pride yourself on defense and, of course, rebounding as well, but especially your defense. You went up against one of the greats of all time in Nikola Jokic. He had a 30-point triple-double, but yet you can say that you defended him very well a couple of times, especially in one-on-one. What did that mean for you?
Hey, trying to get the job done. I mean, he's a great player. We all know that. And, I'm just going to try my best and do what I can.
All right, we're going to rewind early in the game. You have the ball right about here on the court. Jokic is on you. He turns for a second to look, and suddenly you put the ball on the floor, I think a career-high 3 dribbles, and dunked the basketball. We didn't know you had that in your bag.
Hey, we work on that all the time. But, getting in there with the coaches and stuff like that, and they're trying to get it done.
All right, last but not least, this is a big weekend. 2 rival games coming up on the road at Detroit, at the Celtics. You're on an 8-game winning streak. What are you looking forward to in Detroit?
Trying to come home with the dubs, man. They're trying to get it done, and, we just can go out there, fight, and, just defend the city.
All right, thanks very much, Mitch. Congratulations on the win.
What'd he say? We trying to defend the city. That's our guy, Big Country, Alex. Talk to him. The Joker tried to, he had the 3-time MVP, came into the Garden, trying to get a win for his guys. Big Country said, nah, we're not having that. We're defending our court. We're defending home team. We're defending the city. That's the elder statesman, Alex, and the only person from the 2018 draft class to stay with his team. In this era of team building, I think that's pretty incredible. You got to give him a lot of credit. He's carved out a valuable role. When he's been healthy, been on the court, he's been a star for the most part in that role. And Mitchell Robinson, the sole survivor of the 2018 draft class, man. Sole survivor, Alex.
Sole survivor. And, looks like we got, we see who the defensive player of the game is. Mike Brown just announced it during the presser.
Okay. All right. So, you sent me the presser or the, let's get to it. Here's Mike Brown. Let's get to it. Shout out to Alex on getting us the sound bites here. All right, let's load him up, man. Let's load him up. Here is the Knicks coach, Mike Brown, on Mitchie. Here we go.
Our defensive player of the game.
Hang on, I got to get the volume in. We got to get the volume here, make sure the people can hear. SNY's volume. Sometimes you got to add a little bit more. Here we go.
Our defensive player of the game was Mitch. Could have easily gone to OG. Both those guys were fantastic. You talk about a talent and Jokic and talent and Murray, and those guys were combined 25 for 60 from the floor. Jokic was 10 for 27, Murray was 15 for 33, and you're not stopping those guys. You just hope that you can make them both work on that end of the floor. And I thought our guys tried to make them work. The guys at the point of the ball, and then the defense behind it. Our defensive player of the game was.
Okay, so that was Mike Brown on the outstanding defense from Mitchell Robinson and OG Anunoby. And here was Mike Brown's opening statement on the game. Here we go.
What a ball game. Man, our team just, showed a lot of grit, a lot of fight, in this win. Just a resilient win by our guys. We got beat in a few areas that, when you look at the box score, you think you should lose, especially versus a good team. And, one of them's from the free throw line. They had 27 to our 19. But our guys just found a way. And, the resiliency from our group really showed. What a ball game.
Okay. Shout out to Mike Brown saying that, they got beat in a couple areas. And I think one of those areas was in particular on the offensive rebound side and rebounds overall. Knicks did lose a rebounding battle, 51-45 in this one. And of those 51 rebounds, Nuggets had 15 on the offensive side. To 9 for the Knicks. And that's what I mean. Like with Mitchell Robinson, it wasn't really on the offensive rebounding side where he shined because, he only had one. Only one of his 8 rebounds was on the offensive side. It was on the defense that Mitch had to get busy. But give credit to the Nuggets. They got a lot of hustle plays and a lot of offensive rebounds to get themselves second-chance opportunities. I think that's what he means.
Yeah, and look, he was battling with Jokic, who got a lot of offensive rebounds. Jokic got 14 boards tonight, 7 of them being on the offensive glass. That's a tough challenge, man. Once again, we're talking about an MVP caliber center, MVP caliber player in the league. And so for Mitch to go out there and have to battle against Jokic, forget the injuries, man. We've seen even Joel Embiid, who's playing on one leg in the postseason, and Mitch had to guard him too. You gotta tip the cap, man, to Mitch and what he was able to do tonight. And you see it. I mean, making Jokic work. If Jokic doesn't go 10 to 27 and has a more efficient night, this goes in the other direction, man. Like we're talking about winning on the margins right here. And at this point, you had to win with Jalen Brunson's brilliance offensively, and then you had to win with Mitchell Robinson's brilliance defense. So what he was able to do tonight, man, and outside of Jokic, just guarding everybody, that's why he deserves Defensive Player of the Game tonight.
Big time, big time. 134, 127. Knicks win 8 in a row. If you're a Knicks fan in the chat, 3,300 in the chat, throw a number 8 in the chat for 8 in a row. This team is hot right now. We cooking right now. The gauntlet has begun. Yesterday was the appetizer against the Wizards. That was the warm-up game to get warm. Tonight was a 12-round battle against the Denver Nuggets. Now we head to Detroit Rock City for another one. Mitchie said he's trying to defend the city. Let's see what happens. Let's see if Josh Hart will be healthy for that game. But I'm very much looking forward to Friday night. And for those of you that will be in the New York City tri-state area, make sure you guys pull up on us at the KnicksFanTV watch party, man. Clinton Hall 36 is where everything is going to be at. Eric L. Beats on the ones and twos, live game audio. You know how we do. Great food, great drinks. Prizes, giveaways, the whole 9 yards, man. So if you guys are in the New York tri-state area, make sure you guys pull up on us on Friday at Clinton Hall 36, 16 West 36th Street. That's in New York City. And, man, it's going to be a great time. Free to get in. Free to get in. Bring the wife, bring the kids, bring the dog. Complete family show. All are welcome. And like I said, live game audio, music during the commercials for DJ Eric L. Beats, and a good time to be had by all. Okay. Let's keep the Super Chats rolling. We got a lot of Super Chats to get to. Shout out to Rare Edition, Al. $10 Super Chat. Shout out to our guy, Rare. Bang! He says, come with me if you want to win in double OT. Jalen Brunson, Cat took damage, showed the cyborg metal underneath the blood, and kept going. Denver got terminated. Yeah, let's show the big bodega some love tonight, man, because even though he missed a big chunk, he missed practically the entire first quarter with the eye injury. Still finished the game very well. 24 points, 12 rebounds for Cat, 9 of 13 from the field, 2 of 6 from downtown. I just feel like his offense is starting to come back around, man. But while we've been waiting on that, he still continues to impact winning. He fought the Joker. He plays him fairly well. He got after it on the boards, and he played tough. And when he came back, like I said, when he came back after he got his eye busted, first play of the game, he takes a Joker off the dribble for a layup, takes him in for a dunk, shoots a 3, and then assisted. Like, he opens up with the first 9 points, scored or assisted by Karl-Anthony Towns in that second quarter.
I thought the biggest thing for Cat, man, especially coming back from that injury, was really, in the fourth quarter, overtime. Like, you're looking for answers, especially where the first OT felt like more of a slugfest than the second OT, just because Brunson was able to get to his spots a little bit more easier. I think the Nuggets were just exhausted at that point, and Brunson was able to expose them. But you're looking at missed shots by guys, man. And who was there? Towns, man. Towns was just grabbing all the boards, man. He was competing with Jokic. Yeah. Okay? You talk about Jokic getting 14. Cat got 12. Cat got 12 and 3 offensive boards. And those offensive boards were so critical because they led to second chance opportunities that he was able to put back up and help create some separation or keep this team in the balance, CP. So I thought Karl-Anthony Towns, look, the offense is getting there. Can we get the complete game? Can we get the complete game? The offense, the defense, and then at that point, just being aware of when you should not be fouling. That's it. That's really it. But I thought Towns, man, that was battling. That was somebody who looked like they were bought in, well, ready to compete, and hustled. He was hustling, man. This is not an easy matchup. So kudos to him, man, for going out there and grinding it, especially getting knocked in the eye.
His 24 was very important when you factor in a quiet night for OG. OG took, well, no, not really. He still finished with 20 points, but 7 of 17 from the field. Kind of seemed like it was a struggle for him, especially early in the game. And then Mikal Bridges with 5 points. You also missing Josh Hart's productivity as well as Deuce. So for Karl-Anthony Towns to drop his 24, I thought that was much needed for the Knicks, and 9 of 13 from the field. And they opened the game, running that offense through him and getting some chemistry between himself and Jalen Brunson. So I did enjoy seeing that, and hopefully we see a lot more of that as the season progresses between the two All-Stars. Another $10 super chat from FDB007. Shout out to FDB, says super gritty win. Great effort and contribution from everyone. This team can compete with everyone in the league when they are locked in. Let's get that lick back in Detroit next. Got to get revenge against them Pistons, man. I'm ready for Friday. I don't know if I'm asleep between today. We got trade deadline tomorrow. I don't know if I'm asleep all that much, man. I got to wait and see what are we going to do at the deadline. And then Friday, forget about it, man. We got to go to Detroit, smack fire out of them at the Little Caesars Dome, whatever that place is called. The place is a dump. Get them out of here, man. You know, I saw Timmy in that Nuggets jersey. I'm still thinking he's a Piston. Him and his pops. His pops was in the Garden tonight too.
You know, his father likes to come to the Garden just to be like, "Oh, if the Knicks win and my son's here winning, you know, I'll be a very happy man."
Yeah, Tim Senior was there. You know, was there center court. I still look at them, both of them like Pistons. I said, get out of here, man. Get them out of here, man.
You know, and you knew Hardaway wanted to come back here and put on a performance too, man.
Yeah. Well,
only time to get traded twice.
Yeah, he started the third quarter in place of Spencer Jones, because it was Spencer Jones that he was the one that collided with Cat, right?
I think so, yes.
So, well, Spencer Jones had left with a facial laceration as well. He didn't come back. He only played 12 minutes.
And Watson got hurt too.
And Watson got hurt. So Timmy ends up logging 42 minutes off the bench, 19 points, 4 or 6 from downtown. So I thought where the Nuggets kind of lost a little bit defensively in the first half, they had Timmy loaded up in the second half and trying to finish off his old team from downtown. But that was not the case tonight. But still, you know, decent outing for Timmy, man. Shout out to him, whatever. Okay, shout out to the Knowledge. It's Al, $10 super chat. That's our guy. He says, I stand by my opinion that if Tibbs had put Shamet in the Pacers game 1, we would have won. Loving that Mike Brown has put the trust in him. P.S. My wife calls her body pillow Landry Shamet. Okay, well, I think he ended the second part of the super chat with a little TMI. But, hey, whatever you guys are into, you're into. We appreciate the super chat. And shout out to Landry Shamet, man. Shout out to Shamet once again. 16 points, 4 of 10 from the field, 4 of 10 from downtown, 6 of 15 from the field. So, you know, Landry Shamet, a welcome addition in their household.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
It's only 11 o'clock. We are not at KFTV after dark, so we just say, hey, we're glad it's working out for you guys. Shout out to the Knowledge, though, man. Good caller. And he's been rocking with us for quite some time. Shout out to the Knowledges. Shout out to Vince.
And we're still on the red flags.
We got red flags. We got red flags.
They want the challenge on that one.
Hey, man. Hey, this is a judgment-free zone over here. Judgment-free zone. That's right. So shout out to them. Hey, they're Shamet fans. What do you want me to say? Shout out to Vincent Huang. We're going to go all the way to Taiwan with this one. Taiwanese $75 super chat. Says Knicks against the refs all season. Tyler Ford did his best tampering the game to no avail. Salute KFTV fam worldwide. Well, I know, like I said, I know some people didn't like that call on Bridges, if that's what he's referring to, Al. I thought it was timely, and I thought it was a terrible play by Mikal Bridges. Yeah, you can say you can't call that at that point of the game. I understand that, but I also understand why they did call it. And I was pretty frustrated to see Mikal get that call against him, or to see Mikal pick that foul up. It just wasn't a smart play. But in terms of the officiating, it was all over the place. I actually think, in fairness to Denver, I thought that the call where they called Christian Brown for the trip on OG, I thought that was one of the most ridiculous calls I had ever seen, and that caused the Nuggets to lose a challenge and lose a timeout, or call the timeout. And use a challenge on that. I thought that was ridiculous. There was another play. I don't know if it was Tyler Ford. I don't know him by face. But there was another play in the first half where Timmy gets a steal, and on the replay, he got no parts of the ball and completely hacked Karl-Anthony Towns' arm off to get the ball. And I'm looking on the slow-mo, and there's a referee literally right there in the middle of the play. So those are like two plays where I was just like, all right, what are these guys doing? I don't know what you think about the overall officiating for this game.
I mean, it was all over the place, CP, but I feel like that's just been officiating for the last couple of years now, that there's no consistency throughout an entire game, let alone a season, right? And when you just think about, hey, why are the flow of games so choppy? Why are guys being called for, so many different things that don't make sense? It's the officiating, man. It's truly the officiating. And I don't know, there's not really a rhyme or reason. Like usually, like, okay, they're trying to stop a certain play, like when James Harden and Trae Young were drawing fouls by guys who were just trailing them, right? You knew why they were not calling that. They were trying to say stop baiting those type of calls. I really don't know what the calls we're trying to prevent are now through the refs. Yeah. And I don't even know what makes sense anymore and what is considered a foul, because just if you have the whole conversation about Towns and when he attacks the rim, he's not getting fouls. And I saw that, I think I saw you comment on DJ's post where centers who are able to drive are just not getting fouls called for them, right? But it's like, shouldn't you call something like that? Because if someone's getting hacked driving to the rim, regardless of their size, it's still a foul. So there's just no consistency in the league right now in the sense of like, what is a foul? Who are you going to call for? And the whole, it's just creating a choppy game.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. So as you said, it's kind of just the state of the game. So like with all of it, I kind of just, just take it for what it is, man. But hey, Knicks win in the grand scheme of things. That's all that matters. Okay. All right. Going back through the super chat. Shout out to Vic from the Sty. Shout out to Vic. $2 super chats is gritty win. The team had each other's back. Let's go Knicks. Damn, I was so caught up in this game, I forgot my own line. Al.
Damn.
Wasn't pretty, but it was gritty. I completely slipped my mind, man.
Well, shout out to our guy, Jeff Johnson. He commented on my tweet. Yeah. He said, it was pretty and it was gritty.
Okay. I don't know. Maria said the same thing. It was pretty and it was gritty, but she said that in like the fourth quarter, and I was like, wait a second, we still got we got more time left. Oh, hold on. So by the time I got through the second overtime with more grays in my beard, I said, nah, man, it wasn't pretty at all, but it was gritty, and we'll take it. We'll take it, man. Shout out to Victor.
Well, you could say it was pretty by the way Brunson was taking over the game.
Oh, yes, it was. It was definitely pretty from the standpoint.
You could say it was pretty based on how Mitch was guarding Jokic and Murray and everybody else.
Okay. You're selling me a little bit, but damn, double overtime, man. I wasn't expecting this. Sometimes I put the pacemaker in the drawer. I wasn't expecting that tonight, man.
CP, wouldn't you say that this is a good win for a team that, look, not too long ago, they were like free falling, losing 9 of 11.
Yeah.
You now are on a 7-game winning streak, right? Coming into this game, you're on a 7-game winning streak. You're facing the third best team in the Western Conference. You're facing an MVP candidate in Jokic. You're facing Jamal Murray, who's having a hell of a season, right? And now you're down guys. They're down guys. They're down Cam Johnson, right? We know all who they're down. They're down Aaron Gordon. You're down Josh Hart. No Deuce McBride. You're coming in here. We've known what it looks like when you don't have Josh Hart on the floor. And you're wondering, can this team step up? Because we saw, okay, you had some good wins against Philly. Okay, you had a good win against the Raptors. But let's see the real test. Let's see if you guys can actually bounce back against a quality opponent that's top in the standings, that is destined or somewhat destined to be making to the NBA Finals. They go out there, CP, on the second night of a back-to-back and compete against the Denver Nuggets, who at this point, they're evenly matched because they're shorthanded guys. And for this team who, you could say, hey, they got a little bit more rest because they were able to take care of business against the Wizards. They came out here, did what they needed to do. They did not quit. We saw them quit on New Year's Eve against the San Antonio Spurs. They didn't do that tonight. Even with guys who were not shooting the ball well, they relied on Jalen Brunson and they were playing some decent defense. Mitch doing most of the hard work on that end. But still, you got a lot of great effort. So was it the most aesthetically pleasing offense that you're going to get from the New York Knicks? No, but I still thought that it was pretty in the sense of, based on where this team was,
Yeah.
9 games ago to where they are now, I'm going to take it, man. It's pretty to me.
What do you guys think of the chat, man? Did we use it wasn't pretty, or it was gritty tonight? Or are you saying, man, overall, we rocking with it, man? Pretty and gritty. Let us know your comments in the chat. This is the People Show, after all, so we like to know the people's comments, and we'll react to it accordingly. Now, speaking of reactions, we're going to talk about this a little bit later on, but I'm just going to leave a little cliffhanger. Bro, did you see the comment that Gershon Yabusele left on the KnicksFanTV Instagram? We are on trade deadline eve, and Gershon Yabusele has all but packed his bags. We're going to get into that a little bit later on. So all 3,000 people in the chat, make sure you hang tight. We got a lot to do, a lot to talk about on KnicksFanTV. It's hot right now on the trade deadline eve. Okay, we're going to get back to the Super Chats. We're going to get to the phones. Lots going on right now. Action-packed show. Celdrick Melbourne, franchise channel member, $20 Super Chat. Al says, shout out to Clarkson for the great start. Cap played much better today. Bridges not so much. Cap, you already know. Salute to Knicks Nation. Next stop, Detroit. We need everyone firing on all cylinders. Shout out to Cedric Melbourne, $20 Super Chat. And again, Alex, how interesting the Clarkson conversation. Last week it was, where is this guy? Today, he's right in the starting 5. He's right in the starting 5.
It does not make any sense.
It changes that fast. And so, shout out to Cardiac. Look, it was a mixed bag for him, but he got the start, 24 minutes, 11 points, 5 or 7 from the field, 1 or 2 from downtown. I think at this point, with the way guys like Shamet are cooking and you're getting contributions across the board, just do your job. Everybody just bring your brick to the party. And I thought Clarkson did that, man. What did you think about Clarkson tonight?
Look, he's still trying to get back into full rhythm, but I'll take the efficiency from the field.
Yeah.
Look, he's not a perfect player, man. There's no such thing as a perfect player. Everyone's got their flaws, okay? And when I look at Clarkson, what he offers is a guy who's able to keep his dribble alive, get to the cup, and create shots, and he did that tonight. And look, we got to give, especially for bench players, like Clarkson, some leeway to get back into rhythm, man. They're going to get out of rhythm. They're going to get back into rhythm. Yeah. And I thought for tonight, and especially from last night too, this is his way of getting back into rhythm. And he's going to be needed. Look, tonight, he didn't close, but hey, those points that he added by being able to create for himself and giving guys a breather, that's much needed.
Hey,
you need somebody who can do that, man. Because as much as we talk about the cutting, the off-ball movement, sometimes you just need somebody who can go get a bucket. Plain and simple. Yeah. And he can do that.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's why I thought, the talk about they're going to trade him all, I thought that was all premature. I think he's needed. Remember, you brought him in here for bench and help and bench depth. And now, guys are in, guys are out, guys are in, guys are out. You just never know. His number's going to continue to get called, and he just has to stay ready. And you could see tonight where he was rusty. He came off the bench, and he's trying to find his fit, trying to find his groove. So, yeah, man, we rocking with Cardiac. We need everybody on board for the mission. Okay, so shout out to Cardiac Clarkson. Also, speaking of role players, Al, how about Mo Diawara?
Oh, my God, man.
I mean, you know the meme when guys say how guys are coming back from injury and they show the meme of Kevin Nash in the wheelchair with the cast on and he steps out of the cast. That was Mo Diawara. Because if you were to ask me who had a better chance of playing tonight, Mo Diawara or Josh Hart, I would say, Josh Hart easily. Mohamed Diawara was carried off the court last night against the Washington Wizards, comes back here tonight, and in the first half was excellent for the Knicks. Mohamed Diawara finished with 5 points, knocks down a three-pointer. He's defending. He's running the floor. I couldn't believe what I saw. He came back, man. That's when it pays to be young, right? Because only that is the only logical reason to see that he came back on the second night of a back-to-back on a badly sprained ankle.
Nah, this man must be Black Panther or something, man. There's got to be some vibranium in that ankle because, good
crazy.
Lord, man. When I saw it, I was like, he came back out at the beginning of halftime for some for practice, man, to put up some shots yesterday against the Wizards. But I'm like, if you needed all that, how are you going back out here in CP? Let's also look at the one play where Mitch gave the Gortat screen, right, to give Mo Diawara the easy layup. And I'm like, How are you moving like that, man? How are you moving like that after rolling your ankle? I have never seen anything like that where it's like it's just impressive.
Yeah,
Youth, vibranium, all that stuff, man. Yeah, that man is. We sure he's not Wolverine?
bro. He must have some adamantium or something in there, man. But yeah, shout out to Mo for getting it gritty, and playing well, man. Continue to play well within the confines of the team. Mike Brown coming in pregame comments about him, speaking very highly of this guy. So we can continue to. I expect to see him in this rotation. He was in it, and then he came out. Maybe Mike Brown wanted to kind of give him a couple of weeks of learning and jump back in. Looks better. Hey, we'll see, man. I'm all for it. The Mo Diawara experience.
Hey, McCullough even got some minutes tonight.
Kev came in early.
Situational minutes.
Kev came in early in the first quarter and picked up 2 quick dimes. Quick decisions. Attacked the closeout, threw the lob to Mitch. Gotham lob to Mitch. Next possession, they had a ball reversal. Swung it to Shamet, I believe, who hit a left corner 3. Did his job. Good job by Kevin McCullough tonight in his situational minutes. Good job by the youngsters. Okay, let's keep it going, man. Action-packed show. We're already an hour into this, and we haven't gotten to the calls yet, but we got a lot of super chats that we got to acknowledge, man. Shout out to Long Live Jay, $5 super chat, says, let's keep this team. Only person I'll get rid of is Yabusele.
Wow.
I guess that's a good segue to dish on the Yabusele stuff we were talking about. So earlier today on the first half of Knicks Fan TV, because this is a doubleheader for me, and if you guys were here for the earlier trade deadline show, throw a back-to-back in the chat. If you were here earlier for the trade deadline show with me and you're here tonight on postgame, throw a B2B in the chat and let us know that you're in here. So Al, Yabusele, I think it was after last night's game against the Wizards, he's speaking to a French reporter about his future, and he's been very candid. He's been very open about it, basically saying, hey, I'm open to listening to offers because that rumor about him going to Israel is there. And he says, hey, maybe the NBA doesn't want me, but somebody else might, and I'm ready to keep my options open. So we posted the still, and we posted the interview on Knicks Fan TV Instagram, to which the fans started to comment. So, one fan called him out and was like, you're kind of dogging it, this, that, and the third. And, Yabusele jumped in and kind of clapped at him. Then another fan came to his defense where he basically said, hey, Mike Brown, this is from Hakeem Williams. He says, Mike Brown needs to utilize his player's strengths. He needs at least 2 post touches, meaning Yabusele, a game, and the coach has him shooting threes when he has shooting guards and small forwards guarding him. This man can help the Knicks, but again, he is playing the coach's system. I am not saying anything bad about the Knicks or Coach Brown. I'm just being real. He is better in the post than most of the bigs in the NBA. This guy killed our USA team. He says, at Gershon, trust me, I understand it, brother. No matter where you go, you will always be my guy. To that, Alex, Yabusele responds, somebody with common sense.
Ooh.
Think he was taking a little dig at the system. Your thoughts?
That's definitely a dig at the system.
Yeah.
There's no maybe. That's a definite. It's like saying somebody with some common sense saying, hey, I don't fit Mike Brown. Now, look, I think a dig at the system, you could read it 2 ways saying, hey, Mike Brown hasn't done enough to incorporate Yabusele.
Yeah.
You could also say that Yabusele is just not a natural fit,
yes.
right? And should Mike Brown really be working hard to figure out how to incorporate Yabusele? It's a difficult to answer. I feel like for a bench player, how much effort do you need to utilize to get him acclimated, right? How many minutes is he actually going to play? It's different with Karl-Anthony Towns, who's playing north of 30 minutes on a night-to-night basis. Like, you got to figure out how to get him involved based on his contract, based on just who he is as a player, right? You need to figure it out. He's playing most of the minutes. You got to make sure that there's a good balance where he's you're utilizing him in the system that you want to implement, plus making sure that he gets to feel like he is comfortable and can go out there and execute to the best of his ability.
Yeah.
For Yabusele, he's playing 5 to 10 minutes, man. How much more do you need to incorporate for someone for 5 to 10 minutes? Like, you're not going to be drawing up any specific play really for him. He's going to be a beneficiary for the most part. Just think about how the units are split. It's, either you got OG and Cat out there, you got Mikal and Cat out there, you got Brunson and Hart out there. Like, he's going to be with one of those guys or two of those players at some point. So most likely Brunson and Hart, just because he's usually playing the 5, playing a big out there. Why? Like, if you are the front office, if you are the head coach, you would have to be asking yourself, why am I going to spend so much time thinking about for 10 minutes throughout the entire 48-minute of a NBA game landscape, am I going to figure out how to truly adjust for this guy? And I think this is why it just makes sense to trade him rather than, trying to figure out like, all right, how are you going to fit in here and just try to maximize him. I mean, look, we just saw it with Clarkson. Yabusele could be out of the rotation again, which he is.
Yeah.
Like that, it goes like that. So like you can't really game plan for somebody like that.
Yeah, he's got the trade flu. They got to keep him healthy. They got to keep him.
Like Cam Thomas, man.
He's got
personal reasons. He's out for personal reasons. I like that. I like that's the new one.
Well, listen, I'll just say this. It just didn't work out. Sometimes you're in a relationship, man. It just didn't work out. Neither side was both sides have some sort of responsibility here. From the Knicks side, hey, I think we kind of looked at this a little bit blindly in that they did sign the guy without a coach in place. So when they signed the guy, I was like, is that the smartest thing to do? And everybody's like, yeah, let's just bring these guys in. We don't got no coach yet.
But I mean, they started free agency without a coach.
They started free agency without a coach. So that was mistake number one. But also, they really didn't have many options to dole out that taxpayer mid-level exception too. He was probably the best of the group that they could afford, so it was a worthwhile acquisition even without a coach. Then you want to talk about he wasn't in shape. A lot of people were making the shape jokes and all of that. Okay, I'll give you that. He did not look in shape. His defense was woeful. He can't play the 5. And also, system-wise, it's just not a good fit. So that's why I said on Twitter, I said, I kind of agree with Yabusele in that because you've been hearing me say it, bro. I said, like, he's a guy you got to dump it down to him. He's not Shamet. You're not just going to swing it to him in a ball reversal and he's just going to be an efficient player and just let threes fly. He's a guy who's got to get into a rhythm. He's got to get into a sweat. Then he can let the nephew let me get a jump shot. You know what I mean? Like, you got to get into a rhythm with Yabusele, man. So, given that the Knicks don't have that much playmaking, don't have that much ball handlers, they're not really a pick-and-roll team. It wasn't
they're not even a dump-it-down team either.
And they're not a dump-it-down team. It's not a good fit. This isn't Philly where last year for him it was just like a free-for-all for him to do whatever he needed to do. It's just not like that. You have to get in, be a star in your role, and sit down. The team is deep. They don't need him. They don't need to rely on him. It's just not a good fit for either side, and hopefully he moves on, and hopefully they can get a piece for him. If he got to go to Israel, okay, fine, but that wouldn't be ideal. The Knicks did invest $5 million a year for the guy. They got to be able to get something back and help this depth.
Need to. Who are you looking at? I know we keep talking about like free agency, but now with not free agency, with trades.
Yeah.
But with the trade deadline, tomorrow and trades have been underway. Are you feeling confident that they're going to make a move for move Yabusele and get something back in return?
I'm not so sure it's a slam dunk. However, I did do the show today. I did give my top 5. We put the reel out there. And Ian Begley, we will be on Ian Begley's show tomorrow for the trade deadline. It will be a KFTV SNY simulcast. So make sure you guys tap into that. I believe we're starting at 2:45. I'll just check on that. We're starting at 2:45. So we'll have a lot of time to talk trades. And here is from Ian. Knicks are still eyeing Jose Alvarado and Yves Missi on the radar. This just came in from Ian on SNY. Alvarado and Missi are on the radar, according to Ian. So let's see. Let's see what happens, man. If they can get those two guys in here, I think that would be as good as you can ask for at the deadline using that Yabusele contract. Maybe it's a Dottie and some change. Maybe like 3-4 seconds, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's as good as you can ask for.
That'd be a good move for the Knicks if you're able just to move Yabusele and Dadier to go get one or two of those guys.
Yeah.
Where do you sit? Would you think about it, Mike Conley? Like, because he's
buyout.
Yeah, buyout. I know Minnesota's out there looking to try to get him back.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
But is he a guy that you would say veteran leadership?
Yeah, why not? A lot of fans are, he's washed. Look, man, in these situations, yes, if you can get high upside with Misi and Alvarado, again, great. But if you could just get insurance, veteran leadership, locker room presence, I think by and large, all 400 players in the NBA love Mike Conley. So I don't think it's insurance. It's just end of the bench guy, insurance. You're not necessarily looking for him to log major minutes, but if you need him, because let's be honest, like in the playoffs, I still think if Deuce is back, I still think it's going to be Deuce, Shamet, Mitch as your 8, as your 3 off the bench for an 8-man rotation in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, even if Conley came, I don't even know if Alvarado, if he came, his minutes are guaranteed in the playoffs. I still think you're going to go Deuce, Shamet, and Mitch as your 3, and then sprinkle in a half guy. Maybe it's an Alvarado if he's here on some situational stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. It's tough. It's just tough, man, because they're trying to move that Yabusele contract. Not an easy player to move. You want him. I mean, you would try to move Dadier, but he's another player that's like, who's going to take a swing on that?
Yeah.
Like, you'd have to be a very desperate team looking to rebuild. Like, who would be a good team to call for that? Memphis. Memphis would be a good team. Somebody who's rebuilding, willing to take a flyer. All right, maybe you have to attach a second to him to send him out there. Try to get someone valuable in return, although they've damn near got rid of everybody at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the type of trade. That's the type of trade. Like, they have to be in that situation with players that they're willing to offload, and the Knicks would have to be willing to take on that salary for 1 year and get some draft compensation in return. Yeah,
I'm with you, man. Who do you guys want at the trade deadline? Throw your one trade wish list in the chat. Who's the player you want? Forget the Giannis. Let's talk realistic. Who's the one guy that you want the Knicks to acquire for some bench depth at the deadline? Okay, what are they saying? Warriors trading Kuminga and Buddy Hield?
KP to the Warriors. Bro, what? Yeah, bro, hold on. Here it is. Shams just reported something.
Bro, what? What?
Golden State Warriors are trading Jonathan Kuminga and Buddy Hield to the Atlanta Hawks for KP.
Oh my God! All the Kuminga hype and drama ends in a Porzingis.
What is Atlanta even doing, man? I am so lost. That team came out looking good.
Well,
oh, we don't need Trae Young. Let's move off of him. Now it's like,
I kind of like how the Hawks are moving, man. I kind of like how they're kind of wheeling and they're getting athletic. They're stockpiling assets. I kind of like how Atlanta's moving, man. To be honest with you, they got the Pelicans picked next year. I like what they're doing. Honestly, I do. And I want to see what Kuminga's going to do, man. The whole Golden State thing, they did him dirty. I want to see what he finally be. What's that, Jalen? What's that? They do have him, Jalen Johnson, Reese Shea. They might have too many wings now. Nikhil Alexander-Walker. That's the all-wing team right now. Give us a couple wings, man. They got a couple. Atlanta, the home of the wings, right? Home of lemon pepper wings, so it kind of makes sense.
Home of the wings down in Atlanta and home of the guards out in Chicago.
Yeah. So, boy, oh, boy, KP, he can't get settled nowhere, man. He might as well just live in an Airbnb until he go back to Lafayette when the career is over. Don't get no house, man. KP he go from New York, Dallas, Washington, Atlanta, Boston, Atlanta, Golden State. So our guy Tingus Pingus, man. He's all over the map now, man. He's all over the map. This poor guy.
Worldwide.
Okay, so KP goes to Golden State. Well, after all that, the Kuminga sweepstakes ends with a Porzingis swap. All of that for nothing. They literally got nothing out of the deal.
Do you think they undervalued on Kuminga, or do you think this is the appropriate value?
I I can't. That's probably a better question from our guy, Sam. I don't know what the situation was with that. The whole thing where it's like they don't know where to put him. They don't know what his position is. Like, are we playing basketball or not, bro? It just didn't make any sense. They were acting like the guy was a soccer player and doesn't play basketball. It was just weird, very weird, the whole thing. So I hope he goes to Atlanta. I hope he flourishes. And we really need to see, who is this guy? What can this guy do with his career? So thank God he's out of that situation, man.
For sure. Thank God he's out of that situation. Any other trades that intrigued you?
Yeah.
How about the James Harden to Cleveland, man?
Yeah. I'm for all fairness, I did comment on that earlier. We do got a lot of calls and super chats, so I want to get back to the game and focus on the trades tomorrow. Only because those are not really impacting the Knicks, but in particular for that one, kind of puzzling. Obviously, this is set up for LeBron. I think LeBron will be there next year. The Mitchell Garland thing, to me, that their split was inevitable, and I thought it was going to come this year at the end of the year. But Cleveland decided to part ways early. So, yeah, it's another Hail Mary for Cleveland to try to figure out how to save their team. But it's really that Garland's been disappointing, Mobley's been disappointing, and Donovan Mitchell has to carry everything for them. So, that's they're kind of trying to shuffle the deck a little bit and see if they can get something out of it. We'll see come playoff time how those two mesh, but yeah. Very, very interesting stuff here. Let's get to the key stats tonight, man. 134-127. Knicks win in double overtime. Very interesting game, man. Let's get to the key stats. Knicks shoot 50% from the field out, 44 for the Nuggets. Knicks shoot 36% from downtown and 26 for the Nuggets. 84% for the Knicks from the charity stripe on 19 attempts. 27 attempts for the Nuggets. They shoot 81% from the charity stripe. Nuggets did win the rebounding battle, as we said, 51-45, including 15 offensive rebounds to 9 for the Knicks. Total turnovers, 12 for the Knicks, led to 17 Knicks points. Nuggets turning over 16, leading to 20 Knicks points. And then the fast break battle, Knicks 22 to Nuggets 13. Points in the paint, Knicks lose that one, 56-46. And then largest lead of the night, just 9 for the Knicks, just 7 for the Nuggets. But the Knicks did lead 65% of the time. Your thoughts?
I thought the best stat for tonight, man, was the fact that Knicks won the turnover battle. Look, 11-14. This team was just so prone to just being loosey-goosey with the basketball, allowing teams to get easy buckets off their turnovers. And the Knicks have won this battle the last two nights, and especially on this stretch where they've been doing a better job of controlling the rock. But this is where it was at the beginning of the season, 11-13 turnovers per game, and now the Knicks are right back in that. And you got to protect the basketball to win games, and especially when you're thinking about postseason, and you got a good matchup against the Nuggets, who are on that pace to be, like I said earlier, NBA Finals team. Being able to protect the basketball against them and go out there and execute, whether it's out in transition or the half court, great measuring stick to see where you stand when you compete against top quality teams. So I like the fact that they protected the basketball tonight. Yeah,
I agree with you, man. Great job protecting the rock. I'm going to go with, just the overall field goals, man. 54-100 tonight for the Knicks. They did end up shooting 50% from the field, despite a couple of guys being cold. Obviously, a lot of that was Jalen Brunson and his heroics, but overall, good shooting night for the Knicks. 50% from the field, 36 from three, and then 84% from the charity stripe. I think after which game was it where they shot 56? After the Philly game where they shot 56% from the field from free throw and still won the game. I think their free throws have been improving steadily each game after that. I don't think they've dipped below, maybe 75. So just getting it done on the charity stripe. Sure, part of that is not getting Mitch at the free throw line, but overall, the Knicks have been solid in that regard. So good win, double overtime victory. And the Knicks will move on to Detroit Rock City, man, against the number one team in the Eastern Conference. So either way, Al, the key stats of the night brought to you guys by DraftKings Sportsbook. The NBA's biggest stars deliver the biggest moments. With DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, you can cash in when they take over. DraftKings has your back with early exit. If your player goes down anytime in the first half, you still get paid in cash. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code KFTV. And for new customers, you can bet just $5. And if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets instantly with code KFTV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 plus in most states and void in Ontario. So our friends over the border, you got to come over to the U.S. side of things to get in on the action. Restrictions apply. Your bet must win to receive the bonus bets, and those bonus bets will expire, Al, in 7 days. Minimum odds required, and for additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. And once again, this is a limited time offer. Shout out to our guy, Kevin Hart. You see him? He's right there. Kevin's getting in on the action. Bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, courtesy of DraftKings Sportsbook. Okay. We're going to get to supers. We're going to get to calls. We're going to open up the phones now. Uh-oh. Hang on one second, Al. Oh, man. You see it. You see it in the chat?
Yep.
Here he is. We got to play a song. We got a $50 super chat from one Mr. Friday Night Knicks. It's only Wednesday, but he's in here early. Robert Randolph, ladies and gentlemen, drops a 50 bomb. Says Mikal is our key wing. OG, they always come up with the big plays on defense. They both account for at least 25 extra wins. There's a big Knicks trade happening tomorrow morning, and he put tomorrow with like 3 M's and 4 W's, so you know what type of time Sergeant Sources is on. He says, okay, I'm gonna go back and some tequilas to celebrate my Grammys. There he goes.
That tells you what time we're on.
There he goes, man. Shout out to Sergeant Sources. Congratulations once again for the Grammy. And we told him, Al, we said, listen, man, you're a Grammy Award winner now. You know, the checks are coming in bigger for the Grammy Award winners. You got to throw a little extra on the collection plate. You know what I'm saying? It's only right. He's got to pay his friendship fees with KFTV, his dues. We got to up his dues. So I did tell him. He has agreed, and he dropped a $50 super chat in the collection plate. I told Sources, man, you know, you're big time now. Grammy Award. Did you see the outfit? Did you see Sources' outfit on the Grammy stage the other night? Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it, actually.
Let's take a look here. Let's take a look at Sources, man, and on his acceptance speech. We won't play the whole speech and bore the people. But shout out to Sources. There he is, man. Looking like Superfly. Look at him. Is that Louis Vuitton, Sources? Look at this guy, man. This guy's looking like $1 million. He's got the textured blazer, the little, it's kind of like a half shawl collar blazer there. The white bow tie, black shirt. Those definitely look like some glasses from like Bishop Don Magic Wand. Like, look at that, man. Look at Sources, man. Look, Sources, is this a diamond crusted in the building? Rob, you couldn't shout us out? Come on, man. You couldn't shout it. You couldn't say, you know, shout out to KFTV, 100,000 subscribers. Those are my guys. You know, when I get, you know, writer's block in the studio, I just tap in with the #1 show. Oh, just a little something on the Grammy stage. You could have put us on, Rob. Come on, man.
I'd like to thank Earl, the garbage man, for picking up my garbage.
Yeah, he damn near thanked the garbage man before us, man.
I'd like to thank my barber.
Yeah.
My masseuse.
You see what happens when these guys go Hollywood, man? They forget where they came from, man.
James Dolan.
Yeah. He didn't even thank Jimmy D and the Straight Shots.
I'd like to thank the clerk over at ShopRite.
But boy, oh boy, man, you see how sources be moving different when he hit that Hollywood stage, man. He forget all about the homies, man. He forget all about us, man.
Damn, not even a thank you to Julius Randle either.
Nah, he didn't even thank his boy Julius. At the very least, forget about me. You know he rocked with King Julius heavy. He didn't even thank Julius.
It's a cold world out there, man.
Cold-blooded, man. Cold-blooded.
Be your own people at times.
Yeah. Shout out to Sources, man. Nah, congratulations, man. Like I said, world-class musician. You know, may not be the sharpest NBA insider, but he's definitely a great musician and well-deserved, man. Shout out to Robert Randolph, and we appreciate the super chat there. Shout out to Sources, man. Call back anytime, man. You know, shout out to him. Okay. All right. Let's load up the Discord. We're going to get to some more super chats, but we're going to get to our channel members who was all checking in here. William J., kick us off. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, fellas? How's it going?
Good.
Good. Hey, like one of the biggest things I'm gonna say, man, is Mike Brown coached that game phenomenal.
Yes.
I thought his timeouts and his rotations were just, first class in that game, and I think that's one of the things that helped us win that game. Everybody else contributed very well, but I've been saying it since he came back from injury. Shamet, I think, is the biggest tipping point on flipping this whole coin upside down from where we were to where we are now. He's helped out tremendously on defense, and his offense is just, picked up when Mikal Bridges isn't giving it to us.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Shamet has been a blessing in disguise for this Knicks team right now. You just hope that he continues to stay healthy after injuring his shoulder 2 years in a row now, and give him credit, man. Even with that, like I said, he continues to play fearless. So shout out to Landry Shamet once again, man. Big time stepping up. And with Mikal Bridges not having a great game and no Deuce McBride, no Josh Hart, his production was much needed. So shout out to William J.
There's a bunch of people in the chat saying that Mikal needs to get his noggin busted open and maybe knock some sense into him, start playing good again.
Yeah, listen, man. Second night of a back-to-back, he clearly wasn't dialed in mentally, physically. Yeah, listen, man, it happens, man. It is what it is. OG didn't look like he had his legs either, but, he still grinded out 20 points. It is what it is, man. They'll be all right. Yeah. Friday's the game. Friday's the night.
And just remember, Detroit's coming off a back-to-back on Friday, so.
Okay. All right.
So it's going to be a benefit for us because they play on Thursday, so.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate the call, man. They'll be ready either way to defend the city. Knicksfix, you up next. How you feeling?
CP Alex, what up, fellas?
How you feel, bro?
Yo, this is your finals matchup.
This boy, yeah. Talk about it.
This is your finals matchup, man. I was saying, OKC not come, bro. This Denver team, they're not even the dark horse. They're the real thing, man. And I don't think that the Spurs are gonna get past them because of their experience. This is the team. And then if you really watch, the reason why this game went the way it did tonight, OG usually guards Gordon, so he's able to, have those rip throughs like as Murray is being guarded by Deuce. So if this team meets them in the finals, I like our odds, man. The second thing is, you got to pay Mitch. He's the best defensive, bro. The more I watch this guy, man, and I watch a ton of ball every season, every year, bro. He's the best defensive player in the game. Like now he's guarding out there on the perimeter, bro. He's guarding 1 through 5. So whatever this dude wants, like we got his Larry Bird rights, you got to pay him, man. Like he's the best defensive player in the game. The third thing is, guys, I think we playing I keep saying this, bro. I think we playing the lineups incorrectly. I think we need to play Cat with Mikal, Hart, Shamet, and Kolek. And then to close the game, you got to play Deuce, OG, JB, Shamet, and Mitch.
So go again. Deuce. Wait, go again one more time.
All right. So this is what I'm taking away as I analyze these games: Kolek, Cat, Mikal, Hart, and Shamet. Shamet is the only one that plays in both lineups. The other lineup is Deuce, OG, JB, Shamet, and Mitch. So that's where I think he kept Mikal in there for too long tonight. He didn't have it. And sometimes you gotta call it like you see it. But like obviously we didn't have Hart or Deuce tonight. Yeah. But let me repeat that, man. Kolek, Cat, Mikal, Hart, Shamet, Deuce, OG, JB, Shamet, Mitch. That's the two lineups. That's how you separate them because Cat and Mikal feed off of Kolek.
Yes,
And
they
then,
do. Yes, they do. They got to be playing
bro,
with Tyler Moore for sure.
yeah. And then, just a quick aside, man.
Mm-hmm.
That baseline spin that
Ooh,
JB
I'm
put on
playing it right
Murray.
now. I'm playing it right now.
Oh my
Ooh,
God.
right on
Dude, I
time.
don't,
Yeah.
and then the English with the offhand,
Oh,
using
my
the right
God.
hand. Oh my God.
It-
Froze him right there, man.
It was
Yeah.
like the movies where like the two shooters is clapping at each other. That was like
Yeah.
Murray and Brunson. That was Murray and
Yeah.
Brunson tonight, man. It was one of those,
If you- If you watch his eyes, JB looks at the direction and gets him to bite, and then he
Yeah,
spins the other way.
yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
bro.
that spin
Yeah.
move was filthy, man. It was filthy, man. Yeah. Their
But
games
the
just
last-
remind me of each other, man, for sure.
It's so similar, bro. So similar. But the last two things, fellas, is Mikal. I don't know what's going on with him. Like Mikal is a big game player. Like he does show up, but tonight, man, he just
Yeah, it wasn't his night, man. I'm not too mad at it, like in the grand scheme of things, but tonight he wasn't good tonight. I'll give you that. He wasn't good tonight. I'm not mad at it.
But I have the faith that he'll show up when we need him. And then the last thing is this just broke. So I don't know if you guys saw this, but Kuminga went to Atlanta.
Yes.
And KP went right.
Yeah, we just
KP
talked
went
about it.
Yeah, so that essentially takes them out of the runnings, right? So I feel like the Giannis stuff, bro, this is actually the perfect thing for the Knicks.
Yeah.
Because it's basically finals or Giannis.
Basically,
Like,
basically.
It's finals or Giannis.
Yeah.
And I don't think that any moves happen tonight or tomorrow. You know why? Because this signals now that we got to hold on to those second round picks. We gotta hold those picks. We can't trade them, flip them with like Yabu and Dadia.
Well, they better
We
wait
gotta
till
hold them
tomorrow
for
because I already did 2 shows today. I got no energy for any Nick trading. So, Leon West, if you're listening, hold off till tomorrow, man, because I'm running on fumes right now. But appreciate the call, man.
Yo, stay up, fellas. See you guys on Friday, man.
Yes, sir. King Matthews, you up next. How you feel?
Hey, fellas, how you doing today, man?
Good.
Yeah, man, good win for the Knicks, man. Good win. I just feel like we should have never went to the overtime, but it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
Gotta shout out to the whole team. Shout out Mike Brown. And yeah, man. I also want to shout out Mitchell Robinson because I did say Mitchell Robinson. He gotta do that offensively, man. Go attack the basket. He did what he gotta do.
Yeah.
Need more of that. Love it.
Yeah, man. Mitch, he was great, man. Battled the Joker. Took him on, head on. And look, he's had to take on those battles. He took on Embiid. That big country's not scared of nobody. That's what these guys got to understand. Like, you better watch some film. You better do your research. I'm talking about the other teams. Because big country ain't afraid, And,
What do you think
and
that
he's a
big
force.
truck out there, man? He's big country for a reason.
That's right.
And before I go,
Yeah.
when Cat got hit in the eye,
Mm-hmm.
I just felt he had that aura coming into it. Do you think after that, he'll get more calls? Because if he can't get more calls after that,
Man,
I don't know what to say after that.
I'm not.
That was a big hit big hit.
No, I understand what you're saying.
So hopefully he gets more calls.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, man. I don't know. I hope he does. But he's just not getting the proper respect right now. But give credit to Cat because he's battling. He's battling. He's battling through it all. So you got to be proud of his effort. And, yeah, man, appreciate the call. King Matthews on the Discord.
No problem. Let's make it 9 straight, baby.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go next.
There we go. And speaking of the dynamic duo, Al, there he is. Big country on the throne with the Timbs, the hard hat. There he is, man. And look at the big bodega. The big bodega. He switched up his style today. Big bodega on the floor there, throwing the deuces up. No chancletas. Got his size 25s out there, just letting the dogs breathe. Mitchie's out there chilling. You got Deuce in the all black. Hopefully Deuce comes back, man. We need Deuce. And there's Mikal. There he is. There's Mikal ushering them in. I don't see Cap. Do we see Cap in this picture? Do you have the close up of Captain Clutch?
I do not. I'm looking for him myself.
Did Cap go home? Is Cap hating because he didn't win back-to-back tonight? Is Cap hating tonight? Where is Cap tonight, man, in the picture? If you find it, Al, let me know. But shout out to Mitchie, man. Well-deserved award once again for the Block Nest Monster. There's Yabusele behind him telling him goodbye. There's Yabusele sending him au revoir. And so he's out of there. Okay? Okay. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's get to some more Super Chats. We got Super Chats to catch up on and all of that. Shout out to Harris in Montreal. Our $7 Canadian Super Chat says, off topic, but I was at the Raptors T-Wolves game in the 6. What a difference McDaniels makes. Hoping Diawara can become that for us. Salute to the KFTV fam. Salute to Harrison. Yeah, shout out to Diawara, man. We just showed him in the picture there with Mitchie. And, look, he's got a long way to go. But I like the way that they are infusing him in there, getting him in that experience. And he seems to be relishing the moment. So that's all you can ask for Mo Diawara. Okay. Jay Breezy, 33, Al Franchise Channel member, $10 Super Chat. Let's go Knicks. Shout out Jay Breezy. Oh, let's get to JFK to God. He sent us mad Super Chats. Here we go. So, $20 Super Chat says, another gritty win, fellas. I'm glad the deadline is almost over so we can mentally get back to business. If we stay healthy with current squad, we will make the finals. Okay. On Diawara, he says, Diawara's progress is impressing me. He needs to work with Pascal Siakam in the offseason. He might be another person to outperform his contract like Hartenstein. Well, you certainly hope not, because then that might hurt the Knicks. He also says, if you have a chance to pick up CP3 as a backup, would you do it? I don't think, no, CP3 is not going to come back east. And it's not even clear if he's even going to play again, Al. Your thoughts?
No, that ship has sailed. I think Conley would be the best option if he were to become available. But look, Chris Paul is a very particular player, man, and I think he wants playing time, as what we saw out in LA with the Clippers. He was expecting more playing time, didn't get it, and then now he became disgruntled. Granted, that Clippers locker room was dealing with a lot, but Chris Paul's not somebody I'd be actively seeking to add to this roster right now.
Yeah, for sure. I'm with you on that one. Okay, where else is he? Okay, CP3. He says, don't mean to spam. He sends a $5 Super Chat saying, I don't mean to spam the chat. Our Knicks are 24-4 when we have 30 assists. Yeah. Looking good, man. The ball movement was good tonight. Ball movement was good for the most part. Got a little sticky in the third quarter, but it happens. But they picked it up, man. Shout out to JFK to God, man. Overall, that's $40 Super Chat. Shout out to JFK to God for the support, man. Definitely appreciate it, man. Now, you're not spamming the chat, man. You're coming through with constructive dialogue, and that's all we can ask for. Okay, CP and Alex on the ones and twos. Double overtime on a back-to-back. We still got 3,000 people in there in the check-in, man. Throw your cities, throw your countries, throw your flag in the chat. Let us know where you guys are repping from tonight. We'll shout you guys out. Let's get to some more people on the phones. I'm tired of talking. Go to Grabba. Grabba, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yeah, I'm in the spot.
Yeah, you in the spot, man. Let's go, man. How you doing, man?
Man, LECP 8 in a row, man.
Yeah.
Man, I was spiraling. The team was spiraling. I was trying to sell low on the Cat jersey, man.
Back,
man.
Did he make you proud tonight or what, man? He battled tonight, man.
I ain't gonna lie, he was battling. I called in the other night, last night. I said he plays, he takes that Jokic matchup seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like, he comes, he wants to battle with Jokic, man. So I'm just happy that he came out, was hooping. He did foul out, but I thought the 6 fouls, you know what I'm saying? That's just him just trying to be aggressive and, you know what I'm saying? Like, just trying to play good defense. Like, did he get an offensive foul tonight? I don't even think he got an offensive foul tonight. So it was just all defense. The guys, then they look like they clicking, like they had that. I think when they had that meeting, they said, we're all being a little selfish. You know what I'm saying? Because like you could see it, like everybody, it looked like they're all playing for each other now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they all just locked into the same goal, the same mindset that we just want to win. And as a New Yorker, I know you as a New Yorker, like that's all we want to see. We just want to see our team hoop and just give effort. You know what I'm saying? Like. Yeah. During that, the losing, like it looked like they wasn't even like giving effort. Like they was just letting things happen. You feel me? So yeah, effort is good. I'm happy to see that. Shamet, man, he's been a revelation this season. Like
he's been great.
After last season with the shoulder, him just fighting back, coming back to being the player that he is for us this year. I'm happy for him. And
okay,
You know, I think Cody might be. I think the Glocks might be around. I ain't gonna get too much into Mitch.
I heard the Glocks is around, man. All right, so we got to get to the Glocks, man. We got to get to him, man.
The Glocks are around. Big Country. He was, he took a personal tonight too. But I'm gonna let the Glocks get in on that. 8 in a row. Let's go to Detroit, smack them up, get that revenge. Let's show them. We won 3 games in they house in the playoffs, man. Let's go out there and get one. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
So, let's get. I'm gonna holler at y'all. All right?
Grabba on the Discord. Shout out to Grabba. Shout out MSG Go _11. $10 super chat to CP Alex. Almost broke my TV after that Mikal foul. Guys, I don't know how to feel about Mikal Bridges. He needs to be studied. Might have been a bad call, but I mean, my God. Anyway, great game. Yeah, I mean, listen, man, guys had bad games. He had a bad game. Look, I saw a stat come out. He's got the lowest field goal percentage against in the fourth quarter. Tonight wasn't his night. What do you want to do? A guy had a bad game, man. Got a bad game, bro.
Had a bad game. He'll bounce back. But, I understand the ire when it comes to Mikal Bridges because of what the front office traded to go get him. That's not his fault. He didn't ask for 5 picks to be traded, though. So I think what we're seeing is that this is who Mikal is. He can just be a guy who can get hot on some nights. For the most part, he'll play, in the back. He'll play in the background where it's like, if he sees an opportunity for himself, he'll go take it. If not, he'll help others get involved. And hey, it's just it's mostly just the 5 picks. It's mostly the 5 picks that people are frustrated with.
Well, listen, man, I'm not gonna cry about the picks anymore. If you want to cry about the picks, guess what? They're in Brooklyn. Go to Brooklyn and go see them play. And it's free. Go to Barclays Center, buy one, get one free. Get you a glizzy and go watch the 5 picks, man. I'm done talking about the picks, man. I'm on the New York Knicks 25-26 campaign. I'm with those guys, man. You want to worry about the picks? Go check them out in Brooklyn, man. Go get you some Cracker Jacks and go watch Cam Thomas and then bum it up with the 5 picks. They're over there. Shout out to Evan, man. 3322 $5 super chat. Says, my wife and her pops went to the Garden tonight. They said the building was rocking and felt like a playoff game. Time to send Tim to the wall like AD. Yeah, speaking of trades, Al, AD gets sent to the wall. Washington Wizards rebuild with Trigger Trey, with Ass Trader Gang. That should be funny. That should be fun. Yeah.
They traded so much for a guy who they hope plays 50 games. I think that team is just going to be constantly middle of the pack.
Yeah.
I don't think there's just enough between Davis, who is oftenly injured, and then Trae Young, who has been an erratic shooter, like still a good playmaker, but hasn't been that lethal shooter that he was since they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. They got some young players, but
yeah,
I feel like the Wizards have done nothing to go anywhere, really. They're just like,
it's worth a try, man. Like they're hopeless, man. It's worth a try, man. I don't know, man.
It's worth it.
It's worth
That's where we're at now.
Look, they tank
it's
it up.
Okay.
They're not going to play Trey or AD. They tank it up. They get into the draft. Maybe they get AJ. And hey, maybe you got something. You got Saw. You got AJ. You got
that should be looked into. There's no way you have 2 All-Stars that are not playing for the entire year. That's craziness.
Tank.
I will say this, though, with the trade of AD, what happens to Kyrie now?
Oh, he's going next year. He's out of there.
Next year.
Yeah, break that up, man. You get him healthy, see what he's got, and you pack him up, too. It's a Cooper Flag era, man. Fly high. You out of here. That's what they should be doing. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so his time will come next year. Shout out to brother BKL Sports Entertainment Show, $5 super chat. He says, who cares for Bridges? Who cares about the game? Thank God we got 8 in a row. Now I'm exhausted in second overtime. Thank freaking God. So on one hand, he says, who cares about the game? He said, on the other hand, thank God for 8 in a row. So I think he's just going delirious. That's what the cardiac Nick affair will do to you, man. My guy's going crazy. He's over it. Shout out CL Kenrick, $5 super chat, says, Diawara got the vibranium for real. Wakanda forever. Salute, man. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman, man. We lost him way too soon. Rest in peace, Chad. Okay, who else we got here? MA007, $2 super chat, says Robert Randolph looking like the intern from Cadillac Records. Shout out to Sources. That was a funny moment. Shout out to Sources. Nick's Finest is looking cat in that pick and his post game with Mitch. He's still enjoying whatever they gave him for the pain. Yeah, Cat's good money, man. How was that cat interview? Should we play the cat interview soundbite? Did anything come out of it?
Why not, man? We'll see what it is.
Yeah. All right, let's see what it is. Let's see what it is. All right, let me pull it up. Hang on. Hang tight. Salute to everybody in the chat. Let's pull it up. And here was the big bodega after the game. 6 stitches and all. Hang on. Let me close this up. Okay, here we go.
Back on the court.
Just one.
By State Farm, we're on the sidelines with Karl-Anthony Towns, who looked like he was starring in a Quentin Tarantino movie in the first half. Cat, how's the eye? What'd you have to do to get back on the court?
Just one. I want to play. This is a great game. It's a great basketball being played right now on TV, and this is what the fans want. So it's okay. I look like I fought Shakur Stevenson.
By State Farm.
He said I'm looking like Teofimo Lopez. Oh man. Shout out to the big bodega. I think he was at the fight. I believe he was at the fight. So that's probably where the soundbite comes from. I think he was at the fight. Shakur. It's a good fight, man. It's a good fight. Good fighter. Shout out Shakur Stevenson. Okay. Let's get back to the phones, man. STG Garden Report. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
What up, guys? That was a good win.
Yes.
Similar to what someone else had said, that was definitely probably the best atmosphere all season. Outside of maybe Christmas Day, place was rocking. I would honestly put this up there as one of the better ones of the season, along with maybe that Christmas Day game and even that game in Philly. I thought the way they just kept battling back, like they mentioned it really felt like a boxing match out there. It was just throwing haymakers. And I thought the Knicks did a great job responding because I feel like they haven't had a ton of close games. This is their first overtime game of the season, so it's good to get these late game reps down the stretch. Other guys stepped up in the absence of Josh Hart. And I know you said you might have info on the Deuce McBride injury to the severity of it. I'm a little concerned. We'll see what the MRIs say, but hopefully he comes back soon. But the Jokic shot at the end of regulation, it was regulation or overtime, the one that went in and out. I was like, that one, missed, but not the Halliburton one from game one. Oh my gosh, that one was halfway down. But
it was. That's
really
the Joker special, man. He's so skilled and talented. It was incredible.
Yeah, it was like the one-legged. I know the Laker fans were getting nightmares.
Yeah. For sure.
Okay,
man.
I'll see you guys. Honestly, I might pull up to the watch party on Friday, but I'll be in Boston at the game on Sunday for the report.
Okay. Oh, you going to Beantown?
Yes, sir. I'll be up there. Yep.
All right. Yeah, we'll look out for it, man. Early game, matinee. Yeah, send those pregame clips. I know you usually show up for shoot-around. So definitely tag us in those. We'll look out for that, and we'll look out for your call, man. STG on the Discord. Appreciate it. All right, Ari, you up next, man. Ari from Manhattan in the building, man.
Yo, what's up, CP? You hear me?
Yep, loud and clear. How you doing, man?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. The last time I called in here, we lost 9 out of 11 games to a terrible team, and I freaked out. And after that happened, they called a team meeting, and we went on an 8-game winning streak. So you guys are welcome. I got the team to change their tune and actually focus. But it looks like Leon Rose took that hot seat literally, and the team has been playing pretty well. This was a good win. It was good to see Brunson go off a little bit. It's been a while since we've seen him go off. It's good to see Cat, get it back together. He's been pretty bad lately, if we're going to be honest. I know he's been rebounding and stuff, but we need more from the $53 million guy. And it was good to see him play well. He played a little. I don't know. He just seemed happier today. Maybe he looked like he was competitive with Jokic. I think he played him pretty well in defense. Also, it's good to see him going as well. Landry Shamet is now the new 4th option on the team. It isn't Mickey 5 picks. Landry Shamet just took his job tonight, in my opinion. You saw Mike Brown put him at the point of attack on defense before they put OG on him. They had Landry Shamet on him. He was hitting the corner threes. He was creating a little bit. He's been the X factor during this 8-game win streak. He's really been stepping it up, especially without Josh Hart. It was good to see him really contribute something, right? I'm not sold on the team, but this isn't the 9 out of 11. It's not a disaster. They turned it around. Things are looking all right. We don't have any assets to make a move anyway. We were never going to get Giannis regardless. But the team is pretty good. Shout out to Mitchell Robinson. Huge games. The best I've ever seen him look. Not ever, but it's the best I've seen him look on the defensive end. He guarded 1 through 5 today pretty well. Honestly, he guarded Jamal Murray and Jokic, and he's the difference maker. I usually like to, you know, I know that we're gonna probably lose him in the offseason for nothing, but he's worth it for this run. If you're gonna chase a chip, you got to keep him. So I'm on board with that. And the last thing I'll say, I'll land it here, is that like if you're LeBron James, you could be entitled, right? If you're Kevin Durant, you could be entitled. If you're Luka Doncic, you could be entitled. But if you're the fourth option corner cuck who gives me 5 points in 48 minutes, you cannot be entitled. All right, so that's what I have to say about Mikal Bridges. Thank you for the call.
Okay, appreciate the call, Ari, in the Discord. Rate that call in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Shout out to Ari for tapping in. Okay. Oh, we see the Glockster loading up. We got to get to the Glockster. Let's get to Anthony up next. Anthony, how you feeling, man? Anthony going once?
Yo.
Yo.
Oh, you can hear me? All right. What's going on, Al?
Yeah, good. How you feeling, man?
Good. Can't complain, my brother. Blessed, man. Shout out to the boys, man. Way to compete.
Yep.
Way to compete. That's what we want to see, man. Night in, night out. Starting with JB, the Garden takeover, man. We needed that big time tonight.
Cap the living, man. He stepped up, man.
Cap was my God.
We in a war.
In that first quarter, I was a little nervous. It looked like we was gonna have one of those visitor shooting displays by Murray all night. It was kind of scary. But JB said, nope, not tonight. Mitchie, what are y'all calling him? Big Country?
Big Country. Yeah. I kind of evolved, man. Went through the block nest monster. That he wasn't getting as many blocks. He was just gobbling up the offensive rebound. Now he's just Big Country, man. Big trucks.
Big Country is healthy.
Yeah.
He's healthy.
Yeah, he looks great, man. He looks great.
And what he's doing on the perimeter defensively is unbelievable. I mean, it just shows how capable he is when he's healthy. You know what I mean? And Mitch is he's a keeper. He's a keeper. Like, I don't have to harp on that. We should all agree on that part. The ball movement, I think, was great for the most part. I think shout out to Mike Brown. I thought the rotations were pretty good for the most part as well. I think he left Mikal in a little bit too long in that third quarter, but we'll work on that. And Mikal got to wake up, man. His confidence. Mikal plays so much better when he's playing with confidence and when he's sure. When he's timid and you could see it. Like when he's unsure of himself and he's kind of lackadaisical, like he doesn't want the contact, he's not taking shots. If he misses a couple shots in that first quarter, he doesn't shoot the ball for the rest of the game. We don't need that.
Yeah.
In your words, CP, we don't need that. I think all in all, Karl-Anthony Towns, big shout out to Cat. I thought Cat was phenomenal tonight. He's staying in his lane. He's not trying to do too much. He's not trying to play a guard's game. He's playing a big boy's game, and you can see it. He's not trying to take the ball off the dribble from 30 feet out, and he's falling on the ground, and we're not seeing that. He's staying right in his lane, and this is the Cat that we need.
Yes, sir.
And lastly, Clarkson, Jordan Clarkson, man. Nobody said Clarkson's name yet, and then I'll be the first one. Shout out to Jordan Clarkson.
Yeah,
man.
shout out to JC, man.
His playing time has been all over the place, and he from one night to the other, he's not even sure if he's going to get into the game. And for him to come into the starting lineup and give us those what did he play? 24 minutes?
20, I believe so.
He played well, man, on both sides of the ball. He played well. So shout out to Jordan Clarkson. And lastly, big weekend coming up. It's personal. Starting Friday night.
Let's go.
It's personal. Shout out to you guys, man. Love
Salute,
you guys.
man. Anthony on the Discord. Rate that call in the chat. Shout out to Anthony on the Discord. Let's get to it, man. I didn't know if my man was at work. I didn't know if he was going to be here to close tonight. But we got to get to him, Al, because his guy went off tonight. Let's get to the Glocks to close the show, man. Cody Glock, are you with us?
Yo, I'm in the place, man.
Yes, sir, man. Are you at work today, man?
I'm not at work, but I can't be too loud because my daughter, you know the situation. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to go outside. So I need a little 1-2 seconds, not even 3. You feel me? But can you hear me still?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You loud and clear.
All right, so boom. Shout out Manscaped, man. I take care of my ball profusely with the utmost friction in my mixing.
Protocol.
No testimonials.
Yep, protocol.
Touch, preach, tabernacles.
Yeah.
I'm outside now. Am I live and direct? You can hear me, world.
Yes, sir.
Look, boom.
We got you.
So let me just start it off. Another 8 in a row. I knew we would be here. We were struggling. I haven't been calling in a minute.
Yeah.
But, I got to work and all of that. I'm replay game and I watch live at work. So it ain't nothing but a G thing. So we need to talk about Landry Shamet first. We need to talk about Landry Shamet Cheese. Let me tell you something about Shamet Cheese, right?
Let's go.
I've been hurting since we had to trade Dante Lee.
Yeah.
We got it back. We got it back with Landry Shamet. We had Cap and Jamal Murray going Goku versus Vegeta through the whole game, right? So that balanced out. We had Jokic doing Jokic things, and we had the dog and cat to balance that matchup out a little bit.
Let's go.
We needed someone to punch them in the face. And it was supposed to be Bridges, but we had another night of, come on, Mikal. They can feel it in their back, Mikal. Pause, no diddler. We not making a bet. Yo, shout out Clarkson Starting too. He did his thing, 11 points, whatever he had.
Clarkson scrapped. He scrapped.
The person who punched Denver in the face for us tonight was Landry Shamet. No doubt about it. Josh Hart, no Josh Hart, no Deuce. He's been our best shooter for real. I think he's like 54% from 3 for the past few games. That's gangster. That's Dante status. So shout out Shamet Cheese, right? We have to give Mike Brown his credit. You can hear me?
Sir, the floor is yours, man. We've been waiting on you for months, man. Go ahead. It's your show, man. Go ahead, man.
We got to give Mike Brown his credit. Like he's been coaching his ass off for 8 games straight, nonstop. Like stop fronting on him. We got bumped up to 12 defensive rating. We the 3rd best 3-point shooting team. We getting them sprays. We know we not trading Cat anymore, so we got Cat back playing well. Give our brothers his credit. Like we back to 2nd seed. Like chill out, man. It's chill out. Wait, bust it. Your silly team, right? Alex, let me ask you a question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's the best center in the league?
Let's go. He's getting warmed up. He's just getting warmed up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about it.
If you want to talk about it, this is New York. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing with y'all. Who's the best center in the league?
Al, he asked you a question, man.
Yo, man. It's Mitchie.
So we're just going to be silent like it's not Nikola Jokic?
Oh, can you not hear me? I said Mitchie.
Okay, so we played the best center in the league tonight. We went to double overtime. We beat him, and when that buzzer sounded, his hands was on his knees. Pause, no diddler. We're not going there. But he was gassed. And I don't know if you guys seen it, but I was watching it from a special service, and it happened to be like the Nuggets broadcast or whatever.
Okay.
And it cut to him on camera, and he clapped and said the F word. And they went to say Jokic still trying to find that elusive win against the Knicks. So you know damn well Jokic got up for this game and took this game serious. Don't care what nobody has to say.
Oh my God. Hang on. Hang on, man. We got breaking news here. I asked these guys to do this later tomorrow.
Oh my goodness.
There we go. We got some breaking news, and it's a doozy. The New York Knicks have traded Gershon Yabusele to the Chicago Bulls for Dalen Terry.
What the hell is Dalen Terry?
All right, there we go.
Man.
There's the Shams bomb for you. Dalen Terry, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the New York Knicks in a doozy. Okay, Glockster, you could finish up. That's just about all I'm gonna give this trade. You could go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is. Yo, so what I was saying is like, boom, right? So what is that, man? What I was saying, boom, right? Look, boom. So you know Jokic got up for this game tonight. Like, I don't care what anybody got to say. Like, he got up for this game. So I got one more question. I know I'm lingering this on, but Alex Silly P, who guarded Jokic when we needed this damn win in the column of the whatever column it is, the W column when we needed it down the stretch? Who guarded the best player, the best center in the league, or whatever you call it?
Mitchie.
Let me tell you something about damn Mitchie. You see Mitchie? You see, can I curse? It's 12:20.
It is after dark, man. It is after dark. Go ahead, man.
Yo, let me say something about Mitchie. Big cut of the country boy, the monster truck. The monster truck. You see Mitchie? Bust it. Yo, you see where he did that crossover drop to the basket, bang, bang? That's Mitchie. You see why he guarded Jokic, and Jokic tried to do that little turnaround and tried to do that little hook shot over it, and then he missed? That's Mitchie. You see Mitchie, when Cat fouled out with 6 fouls, you're like, oh, damn, double overtime. We need the scoring. But, yo, damn, Cat was doing good. But don't worry. Hold your horses. We got Big Cutter Mitchie. What are we doing? This is the best defensive center in the league. Best offensive rebounded center in the league. He went up against the best center in the league. He lost.
Yeah.
He can't beat Mitchie. He's the reason why they lost 6 straight times. Mitchie. Not nobody else. So when you bring up Mitchie name, bring up the best defensive center in the league. He guarded Jamal Murray too.
Let's go.
Yo, man, shout out Nicky Pipes, man. Shout out CP Free Throws, man. Shout out Raven. Shout out it's another Cody in the KnicksFanTV universe. There's room for all Codys. You feel me? When you see him, show him some respect. Shout out, yo, Mitch. I ain't use my curse word because I'm respectful to this platform. But I'm gonna get there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get there. Let somebody talk about Mitchie. Crazy. I'm gonna get there. I'm out, man. Yo,
Let's
shout out Chuck D to God. I would never forget you. Shout out to Chuck D, you to God. I'm out, man.
Cody Glock in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Rate that call in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Shout out to the Glockster for calling in. So, essentially with the Terry trade for Yabusele, look, the second year of Yabusele's deal was, it was detrimental to the Knicks. They didn't want that on their books. They wanted to get off of that. That was the name of the game here. If they couldn't get anything worth, building or playing. So who knows if Jalen Terry even gets playing time here, whatever the case. But, yeah. Here's Yossi Gaza now. New York gets off the Gershon Yabusele $5.8 million player option for next season by exchanging him for Dalen Terry, who is a free agent this summer. Great work by the Knicks to get off Yabu's money without attaching draft capital. They still preserve 9 second-round picks. Okay? Any thoughts there, Alex? Any last words on Gershon Yabusele?
Way to clean up the books for the next season. With regards to Dalen Terry, hopefully you fit Mike Brown's system.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so yeah, won't spend too much time on this. We'll pick it back up tomorrow, and take it from there. Okay. All right. Let me make sure I didn't leave out any other super chats. Shout out to Quentin Gilliam, franchise channel member, says, if I was Cat, I would start throwing bows. He's getting mugged. Refs playing the spread. Yeah, Cat. He's not built like that, but hey, maybe he'll get his respect. But it's up to Mike Brown. Got to fight for him. Hart Easy $20 super chat says, on a flight to India and checking in somewhere from the Atlantic Ocean, I was jumping out of my seat and yelling, everyone's sleeping, but I didn't care. That's, for me, was the game of the year. Shout out to KFTV for all you do. Hard, easy, safe travels. Glad you were able to tap into the game and tap into KFTV while in flight. Shout out King David, $10 super chat says, KFTV is the best doing it. Knit NYK is the best doing it. These guys went from mailing it in to giving full effort in 60-minute games. Crazy. Shout out to Cody Glock. Friday, let's go for 9. Shout out Nick's Finest says, look at Cat in the pick in postgame with Mitch. He's still enjoying whatever they gave him for the pain. Got that. Shout out to Spartan Creed. Shout out to MA007. Who else we got here? CL Kenrick, I got that. Spartan Creed. We got Evan. Got that. Long live Jay. Got that. Jay Breezy, $20 super chat says, Knicks made a trade. Franchise channel member. Salute to Jay Breezy. Okay. Come with me. Okay, got those. MA007, refs got to chill. Can't decide a game off a play that wouldn't have decided the game. That loose ball was a play on. He wasn't going to get the ball and score. I don't know. I thought that was on Mikal Bridges. I'm glad he got that so he can learn from it. Okay. That's it, man. Salute to the replay gang. Oh, there KP Go. $5 super chat says, love the way Cat played tonight. Finally got his head and got out his head and got on his bully. Great game, Knicks. Mitch is irreplaceable. Extend him now. Salute BKGZ. $10 super chat says, salute. Great win. But going forward, Brunson and Cat have to get the two-man pick and roll going in money time like Joker and Murray. Peace. Oh, okay, got that. Terrence Cox says JB's fadeaway floater with the inside hand is disrespectful. Strong win, number 9 on Friday. Salute, Knicks family. Good night, replay gang in the morning. Salute. Eric Horn salutes you, says I pass out twice. CB22, 40-91, says, CP been dying to yell out. It wasn't pretty, but it was gritty since the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. So Joseph Ali and Radio Talk Radio. All right, anything else out before we wrap? I'm cooked.
You and me both, man. Second night of a back-to-back wasn't only for the Knicks.
Yeah, that's true, man. All right, man, we out of here. So to the replay gang, get your watch party tickets, KnicksFanTV.com. Get your 100 KFTV t-shirts, KnicksFanTV.com. Appreciate the support. Great show, man. Over 3,500 people in here. We had a great one. Like, share, subscribe. You know the vibes. We out of here. Peace.